Running Orders by Lena Khalaf Tuffaha, Palestinian poet. They call us now, before they drop the bombs. The phone rings, and someone who knows my first name says, in perfect Arabic, "This is David." And in my stupor of sonic booms and glass-shattering symphonies, still smashing around in my head, I think, do I know any Davids in Gaza? They call us now to say, run. You have 58 seconds from the end of this message. Your house is next. We think of it as some kind of wartime courtesy. It doesn't matter that there is nowhere to run to. It means nothing that the borders are closed and your papers are worthless and mark you only for a life sentence in this prison by the sea. And the alleyways are narrow, and there are more human lives packed one against the other, more than any other place on earth. Just run. We aren't trying to kill you. It doesn't matter that you can't call us back to tell us the people we claim to want aren't in your house, that there's no one here except you and your children who were cheering for Argentina, sharing the last loaf of bread for this week, counting candles left in case the power goes out. It doesn't matter that you have children. You live in the wrong place, and now is your chance to run to nowhere. It doesn't matter that 58 seconds isn't long enough to find your wedding album, or your son's favorite blanket, or your daughter's almost completed college application, or your shoes, or to gather everyone in the house. It doesn't matter what you had planned. It doesn't matter who you are. Prove you're human. Prove you stand on two legs. Run.
This is a poem by Fadwa Tuqan, titled Enough for Me. Enough for me. Enough for me to die on her earth, be buried in her, to melt and vanish into her soil, then sprout forth as a flower, played with by a child from my country. Enough for me to remain in my country's embrace, to be in her close as a handful of dust, a sprig of grass, a flower.
Mimesis by Fady Joudah. My daughter wouldn't hurt a spider that had nested between her bicycle handles. For 2 weeks she waited, until it left of its own accord. If you tear down the web, I said, it will simply know this isn't a place to call home, and you'd get to go biking. She said, that's how others become refugees, isn't it? To Our Land by Mahmoud Darwish. To our land, and it is the one near the word of God, a ceiling of clouds, to our land, and it is the one far from the adjectives of nouns, the map of absence, to our land, and it is the one tiny as a sesame seed, a heavenly horizon and a hidden chasm, to our land, and it is the one poor as a grouse's wings, holy books and an identity wound, to our land, and it is the one surrounded with torn hills, the ambush of a new past, to our land, and it is a prize of war, the freedom to die from longing and burning. And our land, in its bloodied night, is a jewel that glimmers for the far upon the far and illuminates what's outside it. As for us, inside, we suffocate more. Gift by Tamim Barghouti. My life is a gift given to me on my 0th birthday. Today I pulled out the ribbon unwrapped the box, and found lots of things. Ordinary, but also wonderful. A watch of gold, and of gold is every hour in one's life. A jack-in-the-box which makes you laugh or scares you to death. It depends. 2 beautiful baby dolls. The first is a toy, the second is not. A prisoner's crown and the shackles of a king. I also found a jack of spades. You turn him upside down, he stays the same. I found books. I found a long videotape labelled 50 Years of Conflict Between the Zionists and the Arabs. I found hell in an ink pot, and heaven in an ink pot too. I found an Arab horse on a racetrack covered with glue. I found a stove with no flames. At the bottom of the box I found a white card with my name on it. The rest has not yet been written. I do not know what to do with all these things. Oh God, thank you. But why the trouble? I put them all back in the box. I closed it, wrapped it, tied the ribbon. I threw it skywards, and up it went. The gift turned into a host of flying doves that I will follow forever. Why did I do that? I really do not know. Things You May Find Hidden in My Ear by Mosab Abu Toha for Alicia M. Quesnel, MD. 1. When you open my ear, touch it gently. My mother's voice lingers somewhere inside. Her voice is the echo that helps recover my equilibrium when I feel dizzy during my attentiveness. You may encounter songs in Arabic, poems in English I recite to myself, or a song I chant to the chirping birds in our backyard. When you stitch the cut, don't forget to put all these back in my ear. Put them back in order, as you would do with books on your shelf. 2. The drone's buzzing sound, the roar of an F-16, the screams of bombs falling on houses, on fields, and on bodies, of rockets flying away. Rid my small ear canal of them all. Spray the perfume of your smiles on the incision. Inject the song of life into my veins to wake me up. Gently beat the drum so my mind may dance with yours, my doctor, day and night. My Homeland by Ibrahim Tuqan. My homeland, my homeland. Glory and beauty, sublimity and prettiness are in your hills. Life and deliverance, pleasure and hope are in your atmosphere. Will I see you, safe and comfortable? Sound and honoured will I see you, in your eminence, reaching the stars, my homeland, my homeland? The youth will not get tired. Their goal is your independence, or they die. We will drink from death, but we will not be slaves to our enemies. We do not want an eternal humiliation, nor a miserable life. We do not want, but we will return, our great glory, my homeland, my homeland. The sword and the pen are our symbols, not talking nor quarrelling, our glory and covenant and a duty to fulfill it. Shake us. Our honour is an honourable cause, a raised flag. Oh, your beauty in your eminence, victorious over your enemies. My homeland, my homeland.